Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your Tarotscopes for the time of May. Now we're going to be looking at your home and your family, career goals and aspirations. We'll also be looking at your finances, health and well-being, and your relationships. First thing that you've got around you in connection with the home and the family is the King of Swords in reverse. Now this tells you that this is going to be a time that everything that you do in the home is going to be scrutinized. It's going to be under the microscope, okay? You may be looking at things that need to be changed. You might be putting the family back into perspective, okay, as far as routines and goals and so forth. But whatever it is, everything is not going out without you having the final say on it. And this could put a lot of pressure on you, okay? Because it could make you feel like you're kind of, pushing people or pushing situations to put them into order for all the right reason, and maybe you might come up against a little bit of rebellion there. So it's about having a bit of patience as well. In connection with your career goals and aspirations, look, you've got the Judgment in reverse, which tells me time away from your normal routines may be happening. Now for some this means leaving your job or your career path altogether. For others it may mean that you're readjusting what your roles have been, okay, and letting go of that because you've finished that project and you're now ready for a new one. For those that are looking for work, this could be a time of looking outside your normal scope, such as other states, interstate, or looking overseas. And maybe there's a whole new career path opening up for you. You maybe just come through a redundancy and you're about to be recontracted. Whatever it is, the opportunities are sitting there. However, they are saying you need to be able to kind of sign off on one to open you up for the other. In connection with your finances, now you have the Seven of Pentacles sitting here. And I like the Seven of Pentacles because it tells you that this has a lot to do with property and education and financial investment and what you're hoping to achieve, and the goals that you've set into place for the last 7 years, okay, are all starting to bear fruit this year, okay? And it could be that this is a time of really focusing on where your money has been, okay, and what's coming up next. Now for some you might be signing for things that are, such as a new property. You might be reassessing and going through a reevaluation and looking at something else. Whatever it may be, this month really does pay for you. Good dividends. In connection with your health and your well-being, now you've got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, which generally tells me that little accidents do happen. So your focus and your concentration might be all over the place. Don't forget where you put things. Do you have appointments that you need to get to? Are you just being clumsy and off balance during this period of time? If so, you might need to go and see the doctor, okay, and get things back into perspective. Could have a lot to do with your health and your well-being over the past 10 years. Maybe it's something is re-emerging or resurging during this period of time. But it's a time just to get some clarity on it rather than panic and worry too much. In connection with your relationships, look, you've got the Five of Swords in reverse, and often when this comes up it tells us that we're going through a few past grievances. Something's not dealt with, okay, and it's coming back to the surface again, and it needs to be really nipped in the bud before it gets too far. Perhaps you need to let go and forgive each other. Perhaps this is something you just need to forgive yourself on. Where is it that you feel hurt and you're let down? What is it that you need to talk about? All of this plays an important role during this period of time. However, you are asked to let it go. It's not going to serve you any good in the future, and it's not going to serve your relationships or the personal areas of your life if you're feeling like things are just going to just keep cropping up. It's about you kind of nipping in the bud once and for all. For those that are single and looking, because this is a past card, we can look back with regret and go, I wish I would have changed that. Gee, if I could have been this, and if I could have been that, that person would have stayed, or I would have stayed. No, you can't change it, okay? And this is really tough to hear this, but the universe is asking you to let go, to sever the ties that are holding you back, okay? It's time for change. And you've been arguing with yourself long enough, and this has held you back, okay? So if somebody does pop back from the past, have a look at, are they really what you want during this period of time? Is this really the track you want to go down? Is it going to bring up some old bones or old situations that were never solved, okay? And in probably bringing you some closure this month will enable you to move forward.